Okay, guys, so I was just given 7 more charges by the state attorney's office, and I have a court date on the 15th. So I would ask that everyone come to support me and to show the positive influence that I have. I ask that the people that do come bearing positive energy and just to be a good support to me and just to simply show that I do positively affect the world and that I'm not a decreasement to the value of the world.
Check it out, check it out now. Let me tell y'all something, man. A man gets the most honest when he's by himself, usually before he goes to sleep, or usually when he's just looking in the mirror and he's looking beyond just skin. Okay? When you start thinking about your flaws, you thinking about shit you've done, you start getting regrets. Also, you start facing reality because life is full of shit that will get you away from reality. For example, xxxtentacion. Came out of jail. He sold a lot of records, made a lot of money, millions of dollars, signed deals. He got tons of fans, tons of support. He's been up and down, up and down, up and down. He's probably got all the women he's ever wanted. And it's easy to believe that the reality that you're living in is actually not reality. Okay, you create your own reality. But oftentimes you get a reality check, which makes you have to look at yourself to see what you have done to contribute to that. Anyway, xxxtentacion, he got online yesterday to prepare his fans for the possibility that he might get taken into custody. Okay, as we all know, he got a domestic violence case. It's on the books. Okay, he's accused of beating up his girlfriend, accused of holding her against her wishes, which is kidnapping and other things. But he was added on 7 charges of harassing a victim. Okay, threatening the victim or whatever. Okay, now because of this, he got on Instagram and he posted up the court information. He says court date is on the 15th, 9 a.m. Here's my court information. If I'm taken into custody, I want to tell everyone I've let down. I apologize. I tried my best. I really did. Okay? He also posted up on Instagram story. He said it was fun while it lasted. Now, here's the thing, because I know a lot of people are going to instantly jump to say, yo, I told you he did it. He fucked up the chick, blah, blah. Now, again, I'm going to treat the case just like how everybody should treat the case. I don't know if he did it. I don't know if he didn't. Okay? I hope he did not do it, because if he did, there's something seriously wrong with him. Okay? Now, coming from that, why would he be taken into custody? Because I could tell you his case will not be solved on the 15th. Now, how is there a possibility he could get taken into custody on the 15th? It's the new charges. Now, you got to realize when he got charged initially, he's out on bail, right? Which means a judge deemed him qualified enough to come to court and stand charges, not like run away or some shit, but also not interfere in the justice process. So when the DA or the prosecutor now comes to the judge and say, yo, judge, why we let this nigga out of jail? He's been threatening our victim, our witness, and we have charged him with such. Now, if the judge believes that's the case, the judge most likely will say, we're going to take him off the free world. We're going to put him in jail, and now he can't do anything, or he would have a lesser chance to be threatening or harassing the victim. By the way, keep in mind, any contact with the alleged victim is considered harassment according to the judge. Okay, so once they saw that letter that got wrote to say, hey, X didn't do anything, they're instantly saying, even if she's switching sides or switching her mind, you've contacted her, which means you have tampered with this process. Okay? Now, when he goes to court, he's going to be arraigned for those charges, and most likely the DA is going to say, we're going to push for his bail to be revoked. When that happens, the judge might say, we're taking him into custody immediately, and he will stay here for the duration of the time until we finish. Now, that might take up to 6 months, that might take up to a year. Now, regardless of the entire case being resolved in however manner it gets resolved, whether he pleads guilty to some type of orchestrated plea, or he goes through the trial process and a jury finds him guilty, or he beats the case and is found innocent, he would have to sit in jail for that entire time. Okay, and this would obviously have a big effect upon his career and other things. Now, clearly, I know some fans are saying, all right, but what about the music? He's been recently quiet. He's been in the studio for a long time. From what I'm hearing, he has multiple albums readied that if he does get locked up, he'll release them over time. And Capitol Records has gave him $6 million, which is definitely helping to fight this case. But they're looking for projects that even if he gets locked up, they could release over time. And it depends how long, if he does get locked up, he will be fine career-wise. If he gets locked up for a year, I believe he has a possibility of coming out with his buzz even bigger than the first time he came out, okay? Because people love rooting for the person who's locked up. He won't be on Instagram every 30 minutes posting something that people could dislike him. He now becomes the victim in people's minds, or the people on social media minds, and then they could really root for him, okay? So we'll see what happens. Of course, I'm praying for him. I think he's a cool guy. I'm not too sure about all these allegations. It could be true. It could not be true. He's denied it. But of course, the case continues, and we'll see what ends up happening. But best of luck to X. If you're a fan of his, I can tell you the music will come. But of course, if you care about him, you should, of course, care about, number one, that he's innocent, okay? If he's innocent, he should beat the charge. If he's not innocent, there's a problem there, and hopefully he could rectify that in some way, all right? Get a comment box. Make sure you guys like them, subscribe to Akademiks.